Welcome everybody to SJGames
Hello.
Live. We are here today. There we go. Got an echo on. Let me turn that down so I don't have the echo going on anymore.
Whoops.
Welcome on in, folks. Good to have you all here for the last stretch for the Munchkin Big Box. Oh my gosh, people. $1,260,000
Oh, did it
right
go
now.
up?
It just went up. It just ticked
Wow.
over. Over 8,700 backers right now. So many of you folks. There's a backer train going on, which means 544 of you have been doing stuff since who knows when this morning, keeping this train going. We are scheduled to end at 4 o'clock. It's the official end of the campaign, but it will stay open for backing as long as that backer train is still running. So it's up to you guys when it actually ends. You can give Daryl a little stress all day long if you want to. Hi, Daryl. Daryl's in the chat today. We have with me on screen, we have Meredith, our CEO, and Brandon running the controls as always. Welcome, folks.
Say thank you, Munchkin fam. This is amazing. When when I first started last year, Big Box had already been kind of started in development, and I really got to come in and help bring this project to life. And let's be real honest, I didn't do much. It was the whole team here that really brought this to where it is now. But you guys showed up and really showed us how much you all love Munchkin. So thank you, so much. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome on in. Really cool wizard. Greetings from Washington. Welcome in. Yeah, 544 person backing train. Don't challenge us. Well, I have to challenge the Munchkins a little bit, don't I?
Indeed.
Backer train. Thank you, Zwake, for the Prime subscription. We appreciate that. So today we're going to recap what all is going on the campaign. Brandon's he's already dropped it in the link there. So if you want to join the launch party stream, it is there. So we are currently well over our original goal. Well over where we thought we had to make stretch goals for. Well past those stretch goals.
Right.
Thank you so much, everyone. So there are not going to be any further stretch goals. We have come up with as much as we can come up with for this. We've met all those goals. But let's go down what all you guys have added to this so far. So if this is your first time joining the campaign, the Munchkin Big Box is a big box of Munchkin. It includes the core Munchkin, Munchkin 2 Unnatural Acts, Munchkin 3 Clerical Errors, Munchkin 6 Demented Dungeons, something dungeons, the one with dungeons, and then Munchkin Bosses,
double dungeons,
there we
double
go.
Dungeons.
It's had a couple names over the years.
Yeah.
Then Munchkin Bosses, Munchkin Side Quests, and Munchkin Side Quest 2, along with a couple of kilometers, some bonus cards. We'll go over how many. Originally it was going to be 50 bonus cards.
50 new cards.
50 new cards.
Mm-hmm.
And all the art in here is done by John or been re-illustrated by John if it wasn't by him originally. Those are just the games that come in the box. And then that was originally. We've added so much through the stretch goals. So let's see.
I mean, yeah, so there's stuff that you all added that are going to be backer kit exclusive. So if you back this, you get it. And then you all even had a chance to add and upgrade the core box that will go to retail for everyone who didn't back this. And you guys have done some really good stuff. So I think the first backer kit exclusive was an enamel pin. And we let you all vote on what it's going to be. And it's going to be Spike and the Dragon from the Big Box art.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I don't know if we wanted to tag team here, Jimmy. I could do one, you do one. We can do that.
We can pop through. So the next stretch goal we hit was promo card reprints. So we picked 10 promo cards that we have done throughout the years and added those to the box for everyone. So everybody who gets this box, even if they buy it at retail, will have those in there.
And you guys unlocked the loaded die. And this is going to come into play much later as well, but this is going to be a very sneaky special die that will always roll. I believe we decided on 6. But don't quote me. I'll know more.
And that one's a backer kit exclusive, so that only goes to people who backed it on backer kit.
Mm-hmm.
The next one was we upgraded the dice in the game. It's going to come with 6 rainbow colored D6s, one in each of the 6 colors there. And they are the Munchkin head dice, but we upgraded them from 14 millimeter, upgraded them to 14 millimeter dice. No, from 14 to 19. There we go. Have to read the right sentence. So we upgraded those to the bigger 19 millimeter dice. That is for everybody.
And
yes, all the dice.
I know we had talked about doing a 25 millimeter die, and there was some people were like, "Oh, why are you doing that?" But then when we took that away, people got upset. So you know what? Those 25 millimeter dice are going to be available as add-ons in the Pledge Manager. So you will still get your chance to buy the very nice chunky Munchkin die.
Yeah, the big dice were a little bit controversial when we put them out as a stretch goal. A lot of people had opinions on those, so we changed it, and a lot of people had opinions on that. So they are not included, but they are going to be one of the things that are going to be available to add on in the Pledge Manager afterwards. So if you wanted those big Rainbow D6s, you will be able to get those. Any idea on the price of those? I don't know. That's a Daryl question if we've got that locked down yet. He can answer that. He's hanging out in chat with us here.
Big box upgrade that goes for the core box. Everyone will get this. It's going to be wooden meeples. And I'm really excited about these. They're going to be detailed images with spike and flower on each side, and they'll come in the 6 colors of red, yellow, blue, green, orange, and purple.
And that one's for everybody. And then the next one is for the backers. We've got a Munchkin Big Box lanyard, or a Munchkin lanyard. And 4 additional bookmarks which is added to the box for everybody. So those are some of our promo bookmarks that do any sort of various shenanigans when you use them in game. So the box comes with some of those originally. Let me see if I can find the number by scrolling real quickly here. There were originally going to be 5 bookmarks in there, so that added. Scroll back down. 5 more. 4 more bookmarks, so 9 bookmarks there. This next one, Meredith, is one I was excited about.
Yeah, and I believe, have you seen the design for this one yet?
Just the image and the thing. I haven't seen anything in person.
It's really cool. So this is a Backer Kit exclusive, a challenge coin. It's nice and heavy. It's gonna be, good, nice, chunky challenge coin. And I'm glad you're excited about that, because I also have a habit of collecting challenge coins.
We have a couple questions in chat. Will all the additional expansions be able to fit in the box along with the backer cards we are getting? Probably not.
I think it fits up to 2,000 cards.
Oh, yeah, the cards should all fit, but where a lot of these extras, if you're getting the big size dice and some of these other things, those things may not fit. The cards, I don't think we are exceeding the number of cards that fit in the box.
No.
But some of the extras you might have on the side or in a thing, or choose which ones you're bringing with you.
We are working on the box for the Backer Kit exclusives. It'll have a nice little box too. It's going to be, nice printed box, not just like, here's a, shipping box of your stuff. So don't worry, we're working on
not just a FedEx box.
Yeah. We're doing something. We want to, give you guys something nice to have.
But yeah, I'm excited about that challenge coin. It looks really, the prototype one looks really cool.
I know Daryl showed it to me once and I was like, oh, that's really neat. And then I saw all the other things and I'm like, these are all really neat. Yeah. And then after the challenge coin, what is it? Oh my gosh, you guys upgraded the big box to get another reprint run of some more promo cards. So this is going to be, how many more promo cards did the second one unlock?
All right, so let's see if we can do some totals
10.
here.
10 more of the favorite promo cards added to the big box set that's going to be sold to all retail stores. So you backers will get it, and then your friends who didn't back this, they can get it too.
And then in addition to that, we also have blank cards, because a lot of people like to make their own in-house jokes, their own cards, their own overpowered swag to carry around. So that is going to be in the box for everybody, and even in the retail version, the big box will have a stack of 10 treasures, 10 doors, 5 dungeons, 10 bosses, and 10 side quest blank cards for you to customize your set however you'd like to. I know I've taken some of the blank cards before to like artist alleys at conventions and had people like, make me a Munchkin treasure. They're like, what does that to be? I'm like, whatever you can think of, or monster, just do it, just make something, and have
Now
them be free
imagine
reign on
you
it.
take a blank card to a show in which Kavalik is appearing at and get him to make you a custom card. I wonder. I wonder.
Occasionally he'll do that.
Yeah. I'll see Kavalik
Usually it's
again.
some sort of duck.
Yeah, probably. I know. I'm gonna have to ask John to do that for me when I see him this October. And so okay, now here's a Backer Kid exclusive that I'm really excited about. It's a 3-inch Munchkin patch. I don't know about you guys, but I love pins, but I love patches. I always stick them on all my bags. And this will be, it's going to be the big box art, and it's going to be really cool. So we'll have it available so you can sew it on. We are exploring options about if we'll be able to add like any sort of extra backing for it. Depends on the cost, but the patch is going to be really, really cool. And as somebody who has one of those 10 needle embroidery machines, the fact I don't have to make the patch myself is a win.
Right. Let's see, a couple things in the chat. Were there any special rules for the coins, the playmat, or any of the other items in the big box? I don't think we are doing special rules for those. We kind of got away from doing special rules for every single thing that comes out. It basically became a lot of it had started to delay the thing, honestly, because we had to stop, and every time we did that something, come back, come up with a rule, check the database to make sure we hadn't done that one already. And especially once Andrew left us, we had to farm that with across more people. We kind of have stepped back from making sure every single thing has a rule to go with it. Sometimes there's just cool things. In particular on these, I love this, the art on the big box, this parody of the original red box D&D art.
And and not to say there is going to be some stuff later on that will bring in some cool, fun rules, but not the dice tray. That is next. Oh, sorry, I probably stole your thunder there on the dice tray because I know you were excited about the dice tray. So
dice tray is cool. I like those. It's a neoprene snap up dice tray, so I like those because they can travel flat inside, like with books and everything else, or in your game, and then just a couple snaps and it's functional dice tray at the table until you need to put it away again. So I really like that style of dice tray too. They're really handy. I have to limit my pledge to $1 currently and upgrade during the pledge manager. Will I still get all the stretch goals and will the price remain the same? Daryl, I may need you, if you haven't answered that one already, to grab that one. I think when the campaign closes, you need to be at a backer level, not at the $1 tier, to be eligible for the backer exclusive expansions.
Yeah, but we will be able. Yeah, I will say, Daryl and I are right before the stream started. We're talking about how the late pledge system will work. So if you back the $1, you'll have a chance to kind of back everything. So we're trying to make this fair for everyone.
Will the game hold the upgraded meeples and dice? It should hold the upgraded dice, not the 25 millimeters, but the upgraded 19 millimeters. It should hold those.
And it will also hold these the new meeples that you guys all unlocked. So we actually after the basic wooden meeples, now we have really cool upgraded meeples with characters of Spike and Flower on them, and they're really, really cute.
Daryl did answer that. There will be a very limited time frame for people to upgrade your pledge, so it'll include the $1 backers who upgrade, but the windows can be short, and we'll announce it when it opens. So we expect the pledge manager to open up a couple weeks from today, and we'll announce that, and that's when the initial changes and stuff are going to happen. Were there add-on pledges that are no longer available? I thought there were more expansions at launch time. The only pledge that's not available right now is the initial 1,750 backers that backed. There was an option, or there were 1,750 openings in the option that included one of the Colossal Munchkin D10s. But that was the only one that was a limited backer level that we had. Will there be spacers to fill an empty box? Sorry, go ahead, Meredith.
I was going to answer one of the translation questions, but you can answer the spacer one.
Yeah. I think Daryl already grabbed that one, so go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, people are wondering about, will there be more translations other than English? Well, funny you should ask. In a little over a week's time, I'm going to be flying out to the UK for UK Games Expo and then visiting some of our translation partners. So I hope to come back in a couple weeks with some good news about that. So no translation partners yet, but I'm going to find out.
We're going to see. My buddy coerced me to back this like 2 days ago. Best peer pressure I've fallen to ever. Looking forward to the final product. So are we. Is there a new add-on store opening after the campaign to get extra play mats? So once the Pledge Manager opens up a couple weeks after the campaign, there will be more items in the add-on store. So you'll be able to handle all your shipping and taxes and tariffs and anything like that. When the Backer Kit Pledge Manager opens. And at that time, there's going to be more stuff in the add-on store. We were limiting it during the campaign to just the expansions that John had done already. But we'll be opening up, putting as much of the other stuff, Munchkin stuff as we can get into that store once the Pledge Manager opens up. It's part of what Daryl's going to be doing in the 2 weeks. He's not going to get to rest once this is done. He's going to start, as soon as this ends, he's going to start filling up that Pledge Manager store.
And speaking specifically to the playmats, you will have the additional red playmat, the core one, which I've got a real look at my super professional mock-up printout that my production manager dropped off at my house yesterday. Nice. We'll have these available for purchase, and then we also are going to have a set of 6 of them, where the border will be a different color. And we are exploring with seeing if we can't change the color of the dragon. So that will be in all of our 6 core Munchkin colors. So you'll be able to pick up a set of 6 unique playmats and even add more of the additional red one on if you'd like.
Was there a final shipping cost estimate for the box with all the other bits for U.S. shipping? I don't think we've got that yet. That's going to be in the Pledge Manager. That's part of what we're doing in the time once this closes, is we've got to get all those shipping quotes in once we have that box finalized that everything's going to go into, and get estimates on that. And so we can put that into the Pledge Manager. So you'll know those final shipping costs once the Pledge Manager opens up. As far as if there will be translations, we'll be able to choose those in the Pledge Manager. No, those are going to be after this project is done sort of thing. We're not going to have any sort of translation stuff set and done by the time the Pledge Manager rolls around, and so that'll be a later product.
Yeah. Yeah, Daryl will answer some more of the stuff about the stretch goals, but yeah, everyone gets one. All the backers get one of the neoprene playmats, and then you'll have a chance to buy a set of 6 more that are grouped together, and they're different colors. So each player at your table can have one, or you can buy more of the red one. But every backer did unlock the single playmat at the $1 million, which I guess we jumped ahead, but that's fine. It was a $1 million stretch goal. It was great. It's very exciting.
Cool stretch goal.
It's a very cool stretch goal.
Let's see. What were we up to? We were up to the wooden meeples.
Yeah.
With the spike and flower designs on them. That was the $500,000 mark, which we thought was the top end of stuff.
Oh. It's like, it's great. We've done it. Go us.
And then there was a vote on foil. And the meeples are upgrades, so that's for everybody. And then there was a vote on foil on 50 cards or 50 more cards in the set. I believe that went to 50 more cards in the set.
Like, I really expected Munchkin fans because the foil cards were going to be backer only, like backer kit exclusives. But if you voted for the 50 more cards in the set, everyone would get those. And you all really showed up for everyone. For all the backstabbing you all do. No. Wow, I've been in Texas 2.5 years, and I say y'all a lot. Ugh. Skin crawls.
One of us.
You're one of us now. One of us.
I am. You guys really, really showed up for that. So I'm excited about those 50 more cards. So it was John.
Yeah, and because John's going to illustrate those. And then the next one, again, added to the box for everybody, was double the number of dividers, because people were like, I've got so much Munchkin. I need more ways to separate it out in the box. So more dividers for everybody. The next one goes back to that die we were talking about, Meredith.
Yes. So this was a neat little idea we were talking about that Steve had, was doing a loaded deck. So these are going to be 10 cards that you can actually play with that loaded die. So it was when Steve was like, okay, I kind of want to work on some new mechanics that will be exclusive to Backer Kit. This is one of the things Steve brought to the table. And I can't say what they are, but I know what they are. And boy, is it going to be fun. But, so Steve and John have been cooking up something real wild for you all just because of that loaded die.
I just saw a question that the game says 14 plus. What's the most reasonable early age to play with kids? I'm going to say that's going to depend on the kid, but in all the demos of Munchkin I've done over the years at conventions and events and stuff, it depends on the kid. You will probably have to help some of the younger ones do some of the math, but it's good for teaching them counting up the numbers and stuff and reading what's on the cards. But if they can sit down and play like an hour game, then I'd say I've seen as young as I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm like looking up the main one. I'd say as young as 8 to 10 pretty easily if the kids are used to playing kind of more complex games. Really, the 14 plus number on there is because the components that we put in there, those are safety numbers for the most part. Like that's based on how small a die gets. Where there are numbers we have to put on there for safety reasons. So some of it is that, not necessarily the gameplay value. You know your kid the best, but like I said, there is some math, there is some reading. But if they can handle that and handle sitting around for an hour or so at the table, then they can probably play this.
Also, I lied, everyone. It's a set of 5 playmats you could buy, not 6. You get the red one for free. So the 5 are the other colors: the red, orange, green, purple, yellow. Don't quote me. Don't quote me.
Your daughter is sexy playing and getting her playing within the next year. Like I said, it'll help with the counting, especially if you get her excited especially if you get her excited to make mommy and daddy lose the fight that they're in. Raise a good little munchkin. The pledge manager, question about the pledge manager. I'm confused. As a backer, do I need it? Yes. So the pledge manager in Backer Kit is once the campaign closes, we will go ahead and open up the pledge manager in a couple weeks. And that is how you finalize your pledge. You'll take care of your shipping to your area there, taxes, if your country has any tariffs or anything like that. All that gets done in the pledge manager. And you can also at that time, if there's anything in the add-on list you want to add to your pledge and pay extra for, you can do that. But everyone will need to use the pledge manager to finalize their stuff. That's how you tell us where to ship it, and we charge you shipping and all those sorts of things. So that is basically once the campaign ends, then the pledge manager will pick up the finalization of all the details in a couple of weeks.
Daryl says there are 4 slots open for the colossal die.
Oh, so four open backers on that colossal die level. So go look. There's a special backer level that includes the colossal D10 Munchkin die, which if I can get this box open before 4 of you fill that up, I can entice you with it.
We can still show it off.
Daryl wasn't sure if any more would show up. Now, of course, the one we're offering is it's gonna. Well, yeah, that's the green one.
It's gonna be this is gonna be black, blue, or green. You will get a random color. You'll get one of whatever we have available and pull off the shelf when we pack it. But these are big, chunky, heavy. Let's see if we can pick this up on the mic. Dice
that have sound.
I heard that.
They are for level counting, not for rolling. Especially if you have a nice table. Definitely want a play mat or something on it. But they are big, chunky dice, like this sized.
Not for glass tables.
Oh, no. Or wood.
Or wood, probably.
Or really any table.
Metal, you might be okay with metal. But I'd still put a play mat under anything.
Yeah. I'll roll it on my floor. I have carpet on in this
there
room.
You
go. Is there a kid's version of Munchkin? There was a Munchkin Wonderland and Treasure Hunt were Munchkin-like games that have some of the same concepts, but they are definitely designed as kids' games. I don't know if either of those are still in print or not. I know one of them is at least in print, but one might still be. Will the backer promos ever be available again? I would love to get this, but I can't with a newborn. The Backer Kit exclusives are likely to be exclusives. Generally, what's going to happen with those sorts of things is we will print enough. We may print enough plus a bit or round up to whatever makes our print levels come out better numbers wise for us. So there may be a few left over. Once we close the campaign out and ship everything out, if we have any extras, they'll usually go either into the Warehouse 23, our online store, so you can purchase them there, or they may go as sit in our stock and we throw them on as extras in another crowdfunding campaign as add-ons you could add on there. Like, hey, we have 20 of these playmats left, so if you want to add those on in this campaign, you can go ahead and do that, add it on to the next campaign we're doing. So sometimes we have a little bit of overage, usually not much. And those for the exclusive things. A lot of these things are going into the whole set entirely. Which, speaking of the whole set, no, the next one's still an exclusive. Yeah. This is our second. Crap, we really need another goal. This is the $900,000 goal, but it's a really cool one. This is John Kovalick's Munchkin Miscellany. So this is a book where John who's going to curate some of his art that may never have made it into sets before. Sketches, works in progress, some that just didn't get used for some reason. So he's going to put together a book of at least 28 pages. 28 to 32 pages is what we're thinking for the book of unseen or rarely seen Munchkin art with his commentary and things on like that. And he's going to go through all his stuff and pick it himself and kind of present behind the scenes on the Munchkin art stuff.
Yeah, I when I was talking to John about this, he started like sending me some like, you know, photos. I was like, oh, I found this. I'm like, wow, I'm sad we could never actually publish that, but this is a great chance to put that really cool art in there, John. So maybe there might be some themed art in there, certain cool stuff. Now for the $1 million goal, everyone, I think we mentioned that already. It's neoprene playmats. So yeah, you'll get every backer will get the standard red playmat, and then you'll be able to buy a set of 5 in orange, yellow, blue, green, and purple. We're hoping to get that retailed around $60. Don't quote me on that, but that's where we're hoping to get that set of 5 at.
And the Colossal Die is sold out again. Thanks.
Sold out again.
Congratulations to those 4 lucky people.
Yeah. Graylin asks, that's what I'm asking, what's the difference between the 2 big box tier levels? So there was one briefly open that included this, but there's one that is the big box. There's one that is 2 of them that is a retailer level. So that is if you are a board game shop, a hobby game shop, and you own a store and you want to buy some of these to put into your store through the backer kit campaign instead of through distribution. Like if you want ones with all the exclusives and stuff in them, you can back at that level. We will go ahead and have to verify everyone who backs that level. We'll get you sent in the paperwork that proves you are a retailer and such. And that's basically for getting it at the retailer discount so that you can resell them in your store. So yeah, don't back that for a personal backer level. You do have to be a retailer store for the one that has the 2 boxes in it there.
And we will check.
We'll basically contact everybody and be like, hey, where's your store? Should give us your sales tax ID, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you get our sales manager calling you about that, and don't try to fool her. I wouldn't, not with Amy.
Are any of the rules components for the Munchkin Dungeon game compatible with this version of Munchkin? The Munchkin Dungeon by Simon is its own separate game. It's an entirely different game from Munchkin. Just like our old Munchkin Quest game was a Munchkin game, but it is a board game based dungeon crawler and still separate from Munchkin and its mechanics and everything. So not something you can mix together. Cards from Zombie are super able to be mixed with the regular game. You can mix any Munchkin set with another Munchkin set. Now, the card backs, you'll know when a Zombies card is coming up because it's got a different card back. But they all work off the same system. And a lot of times in the rules for a particular set, they'll tell you if there's any specifics you need to know for mixing it with other Munchkin sets. It's usually like a little note or a little call-out box on what you do if there's something special you have to do. Tell people the size on the play mats. Mats are 10 by 20. Daryl got that okay? 10 inches by 20 inches if you are not in
Metric
Imperial units here. If you're in Metric Land, if you're in the rest of the world.
The rest of the
world. I think we are
25.4 centimeter by 50.8 centimeters.
Oh,
so
there we go.
I
know. Conversion.
Thanks, Internet.
Any chance to make an even bigger box in the future?
I mean, who's to say?
There are shipping logistics with bigger boxes a lot of the times. Kind of why we topped out. We've done ones this size before, which is kind of where we started it at.
You mean like the Ogre Designer Edition box I've heard about?
Ogre weight
right,
30
the one
pounds.
that was doubled as a coffee table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many people had holes punched in their box.
Yeah. Is there extra room in the box for extra cards? Yes. The backer kit was originally going to come with over 650. We've gotten it up to a lot now, but there are room for 2,000 cards in that box. Yep. So you will still have at least half of the space in there available for cards for your rest of your Munchkin sets, or some of the rest of your Munchkin sets, depending on how big a fan you already are, how big your collection already is. This says locked stretch goals, but it's not locked anymore. No, that's below it, because the last one was the Hall of Fame dry erase card.
Yes.
$1,050,000 one was the 8x10 dry erase card, the Hall of Fame, with spaces for tracking certain records and that sort of stuff. So it's sort of like a mini, what do they call it? A legacy bit you can add to your game.
Component,
Legacy Light. And everyone's going to get a reprint of the Fairy Dust set.
Not just any reprint, it's going to be foiled.
A foil reprint of the Fairy Dust set. So shiny Fairy Dust cards. And I believe that's a backer kit exclusive.
Yes,
part
so
still.
You'll get the 8x10 dry erase Hall of Fame card, a dry erase marker, of course, and then the Fairy Dust mini set all foiled. Well, the cards will be foiled. The Hall of Fame dry erase board is not foiled. That would be weird.
It's hard to do foil and dry erase, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of impossible. Maybe not impossible, but hard.
It'd be difficult. But that is where you all have gotten it to. The now over 8,800 of you who have backed it.
Yeah, so someone asked in the chat if, because of all these extra stretch goals, will it push back our projected delivery date? I mean, we were looking anywhere between Q4, so the end of this year, to early next year, and so far we're still on track on that. I air for the later now with everything, but we're still on track to have that in your hands before the end of April next year. So
Luke says, I haven't played in a minute, but I noticed there are cards called side quests, which I've never heard of before. So yeah, that's one of the things that I really liked about the package we put together with this, which is it has the bosses expansion and both side quest expansions, both of which add mechanics to the game that give you alternate ways to win. The bosses expansion gives you big bosses you have to fight that you need to do, that you can fight a boss for the win of the game. And side quests, the basic mechanics of those sets are everybody draws 3 side quests at the start of the game, and every time they complete a side quest, they can get some rewards for it. If you complete 3 side quests, then your next fight is going to be the fight for the win, even if it's not level 10. So you would have basically hidden alternate goals that you're working towards that your other players may not know how you're trying to win the game instead of just getting level 10. So it adds kind of like, if Munchkin is old hat to you at this point, you've played it so many times, everybody always has this strategy. This adds some different ways you can go about it, and it's kind of like fresh mechanics you can deal with and be sneaky with your friends and all sorts of other ways you can mess with them. So I really like that we added like the dungeons, which are the cards that affect everybody in the game, and then the bosses and the side quests to get all these kind of extra things we've added to Munchkin over the years into this one set. So you get a lot of these cool main mechanics that we've worked on through the years. Maybe not all like individual classes, a lot of these new systems that we've put onto it.
Are the new foils warp resistant?
I mean, here's some real talk about foil cards. It is impossible to get true, what you might call warp resistant foils. Moisture has a lot to deal with that. I have been working with our manufacturer to make sure we're doing the best quality possible, though. So we're, everything we're going to do is to minimize the warp. But look, the reality is depending on where you live and how you store your products and games and components, that can contribute to that. But a lot of times when you see warp from foiled cards that you buy and they're brand new, it's because they've been kind of sitting in a unclimate controlled warehouse for years. So I can at least say, after talking with our manufacturers, they're definitely a higher quality than we have used in the past.
So I know they were sold out, but where were you able to purchase the jumbo dice? I don't see it in the add-ons. Not in the add-on section, because limited number, and we put most of them in that limited backer level. So we basically put most of the rest of the stock we had in the warehouse, or was that 750 that we put in that backer level. So there were not something available separately. You had to be one of the early backers or jump into their slots as they switched their backer level or left or something like that.
I love that Daryl's
hey,
yelling at Brandon. That's so funny.
There, I posted what Daryl was trying to post.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, because we still didn't. Sorry about that.
So there are a few on Warehouse 23, it looks like.
Okay, so there are a couple dice available if you want to buy them direct on Warehouse 23. Put everything in the warehouse in there, but most of it.
It's well, we're at what, 239, and
Backer
Train is still going.
So we got through all of that. Now, want to take a quick break and shift gears a little bit, literally, because we do have another campaign that's going on right now. And that is if you are into the game Car Wars, our tabletop vehicular combat system, Car Wars 6th edition, or if you're into vehicular combat games at all, we have another Kickstarter that's running right now for STL files, so files you use for 3D printing. We call it Carnage 2. It's 3D printables, cars, crews, and weapons to basically build your own auto-dueling vehicles. They're roughly Hot Wheels scale. At their natural scale, you can totally, since these are 3D print files, you can scale them up or down as much as you like to, or are willing to fiddle with. But this is a whole package of 3D printing files that you can use to make all these cars and crew members and that sort of thing. Our first one did really well. In fact, one of the backer levels in that campaign is for the first package of STLs as well. So if you play Car Wars, or if you play Gaslands, or if you just want to make cool cars with weapons all over them and everything, or without, you could print. We have the models with and without weapons in there, and wrecked and unwrecked versions. You can back us on that campaign, which Brandon's going to link for you there.
Already did. Yep.
Cool. And those are digital delivery. So since it's just a digital file, as soon as we finish that campaign and get all of the final models tweaked out, because some of the levels, stretch goals will add models to it, we'll send that to you. You can start printing. Now, these are designed for resin printing. So the FDM, like the extruder printers, are not ideal for it. Although some of our fans have said with the first one that they managed to tweak it enough to get some pretty decent results out of them on extruder printers, but these are designed with resin printing in mind.
It's definitely possible.
So if you are, it's definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, with the advancement that we've even seen in the last 8 months with FDM printers, it'd be, if you yourself are really good with supporting files, I'd be curious to see, but they are, 100% designed for resin. And I've seen some of the prints where they're done in like the 6K resin.
Oh yeah, it's a bit super big ones.
Yeah, real nice. So
that's the beauty of this stuff, is that you can slicer, you can scale it up to how big you want them. So if you want to have like a big feature piece, like if you have a car that you like to build a lot or play with a lot, you just want like a big model version of it, as well, depending on how big your printer is, you can go to town and make a full size one. But yeah, that's going on. That one's going to run for another 6 days, so it's going to end next week. But we want to make sure that you knew about it and you could hop in onto it if you wanted to.
Daryl says the STL files come in supported and unsupported versions. So if you have a filament printer, you can use those unsupported ones. Do your own support, all that kind of stuff.
Also, there's somebody who wants to say hello. Rachel. Rachel says hello.
Hi, Rachel.
She's a replicat.
Somebody asks, is the stream going live until the campaign ends?
It is not. We have some other stuff we got to do today. We've got some impending weather on. So we're going to probably run the stream till about 3 or so. But the campaign is going to run till 4 o'clock unless you guys keep this backer train going. Because on BackerKit, every 10 minutes, it's got a list of like every time someone backs or upgrades their pledge or something like that, it resets this 10-minute timer. And I call that the backer train. And so right now there have been 591 of you in the last however long. I know this started last night at some point where people were getting in and finalizing their stuff and getting their last minute stuff added on. And that timer keeps getting reset every time somebody does something new. That's the campaign will stay open until that backer train ends. So we're scheduled to close at 4 o'clock Central Time. It is currently 2:45 Central Time. So we're scheduled to close in about another hour and 15 minutes, but the campaign will not lock down until that backer train exits. So until there's 10 minutes without somebody adding to their pledge or backing or something like that. So if you have people that are waiting, tell them, hey, get on here, go, buy yourself some time, do the $1 pledge on your break, come back during your lunch hour, finish up the rest of the pledge.
Do it.
Keep Daryl stressing about when he's going to get to go to bed. Love you, Daryl.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are labor laws in effect, but come on, Daryl, keep that backer train going.
Yeah, a long-time casual Munchkin fan, first-time backer. The description for the bookmarks piqued my curiosity. Could you enlighten a newcomer as to their significance and mechanics? So the bookmarks are one of our very common promo items with Munchkin. They do any number of things. Usually they are one-shot effect that you can do at some point during a game. You can play a bookmark, and it'll give you some sort of in-game effect. Sometimes you have to trade the bookmark away. Sometimes you have to destroy the bookmark. Sometimes you have to stand up and do a silly dance. Any number of things that interact with the game. And will give you some sort of benefit or reward for doing so. So they're a promotional item. We'll do them for various sets, and we'll hand them out at conventions or put them in orders from Warehouse 23, that sort of thing. It's kind of like with promo cards, but the bookmarks are designed to kind of be like a one-off as opposed to the cards where you shuffle them the deck. So they're just another promotional item that does a shtick during the game. If you're playing in tournaments, a lot of times they'll limit you to the number of those you can use in any one game sort of thing, but they are all official things.
Thought I had one to show off, but I'm reading too many books and I couldn't figure out which book it was in.
Yeah, and one of the bookmarks that is coming in the core Big Box set is a Andrew Hackard bookmark. And for those of you who are new to Munchkin, Andrew was one of the brains. He developed Munchkin with Steve, and unfortunately a few years ago Andrew passed away, so we have a memorial bookmark for him. So it's really cool. Not to bring sad tears here, but it's really awesome that we are able to honor Andrew's legacy in this game.
Yeah, because he was a big part. He was the Munchkin line editor for many years.
The Munchkin Czar.
Sets. He play tested his puns for cards just driving by offices at work. So if he showed up at your door and stopped, you knew you were in for something. And if he got you to groan, he counted it a success. That was a playtest success.
Oh yeah.
Or the STL files link that will be over. There's not a link, but that would be over in the Car Wars campaign that Brandon linked up above there. That is for the Car Wars Carnage STL files.
There, I dropped it in there again, so you don't have to go looking through the chat for it.
There we go. First thing, do we get charged? Do we get charged twice? I think Daryl's answering all the timing pledge questions on that. Thanks to World 23 linked. Yep, he answered that. Andrew was awesome. Yeah. Cool. Caught up on chat there. We covered Carnage. We are currently, what's our current totals? 8,828 backers with 72 minutes left. 593 people on the backer train. And this is all fantastic. So we do have, let's see, what else are we supposed to mention?
I know. Our marketing director wrote a really nice document for us. So
other Munchkin stuff that's coming out.
Other Munchkin stuff?
Oh, those are the slides I was supposed to add.
Do you have them, or do I need to stall for some more time?
If you stall for more time, I think I can get them in the slideshow.
Okay, well, we'll get back to those in a second. What we'll do before that is
actually,
when we started off this campaign.
Let's not do that because I'm not sure Photoshop and Discord will play well together.
Oh yeah, well we can talk about them
while we're talking about them.
Show them. Yeah.
Yeah. So some that have already released this year are Munchkin Snakes and Munchkin Rats, are 2 mini expansions centered around, not surprisingly, snakes and rats.
They go well together. So
they go well together. You can add like kind of creepy vibe to your whole set there, if you like creepy crawlies and stuff like that, or if you think they're all cute. We also have Munchkin Pony XS, which is another expansion that is, I think that's a summer expansion, or is that one out already?
Yeah, no, Pony XS, it's actually on its way to us, and we'll have Pony XS coming out in May.
So coming up real soon. And I think June or July is the
floor is larva. Jimmy cut out there for a second. So
sorry. The floor is larva, which is I believe a bug themed expansion to add to the creepy crawlies this year.
Yeah, I jokingly call this, it's our Munchkin animal house or petting zoo.
Munchkin petting zoo year, because we've done goats, we've done bunnies. I think bunnies was with Easter, but yeah, there's a lot of, we've done puppies and kittens, and we've done the cute ones. Now we're getting to the ones that some people think are cute, but some people are like, no.
I want to know when I get to pitch my Munchkin arachnid collection, because I raised tarantulas and I want a whole Munchkin spider and tarantula collection.
It fit the theme.
It would, right?
Here's what I'm excited Munchkin about. Shadow Run.
Yeah, Munchkin Shadow Run. There's this one. This is one I'm excited about. That is what I'm really, really looking forward to. I got to play test this. There are a lot of cool concepts in there. It got to really feeling like Shadowrun. One is exciting.
I can and can't say, wow, it's like, because as the boss who determines what can be said and not said, let's just say if anyone happens to be going to UK Games Expo in a couple weeks, Steve is going to be appearing there, and he'll actually be doing some appearances at the Catalyst Games booth, who put out Shadowrun, and there may or may not be a special promo card that may or may not be able to be tied into this game. I can't say for certain. I don't know. And I might even have a copy of Shadowrun to show off in person at UKGE. So
looks like a deluxe sized box.
It is a Munchkin Deluxe game, and it's got a really fun new mechanic in it, a matrix mechanic. So
it does. Yeah, that was a really fun one. We tried a lot of different versions. Really hard set, but I think that came out really cool. I'm looking forward to that one. And then another one that is also coming out later in the year is Munchkin Warhammer Age of Sigmar Dire Domains. So another Age of Sigmar expansion coming out for those of you who also play other hobby games in miniature stores and that sort of thing. So more Warhammer Fantasy. It used to be called Warhammer Fantasy. Now it's called Age of Sigmar. Showing my age there on what I call the Warhammer sets, because back when I played, it was Warhammer Fantasy.
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
It's a new expansion coming out later, like October-ish time, is Munchkin Taken for Granite. It's a Golems expansion, but it's really cute and fun, and I'm excited based on some of the preliminary art I've seen. And then wrapping up our Munchkin expansions this year is going to be Munchkin Dead and Deader. Gee, I wonder what could be in Dead and Deader.
I haven't heard of that one.
We've done ghosts, but it's definitely a spoopy, if you will. Spoopy set of Munchkin cards. I'm pretty, and that's going to be why one of our new artists, Mr. Brabble, worked on that one, and we just recently pre-mortemed that, so it looked really good. There's some funny cards in there.
Let's see, some questions from chat. Were there going to be sleeves to pick up after the campaign? I don't think we have any line on Munchkin sleeves, but we did look up some during the campaign at one point. I know that so would fit Munchkin. No,
I can't say anything yet, but Daryl might know more than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There might be something there then.
There are talks in the work, so everyone keep your fingers and toes crossed.
There we go. Yeah. Keep an eye on the stream or that for future stuff, or come visit us at one of the conventions we're going to this summer, which I think our next one up is UK Games Expo, right?
Yep. Steve and myself will be there. Yeah.
So we're not going to be there with a booth, but some of our folks will be kicking around a little bit.
And then, of course, we have Gen Con.
We have Gen Con. We'll be there. We got a big old booth. We are starting to build that in the office next week, I think. Starting the preparations for getting all that set up for the big Gen Con show, which we're going to have some Car Wars at. We'll have plenty of Munchkin at. We may have some sneak peeks of a few things that came out of this campaign available to look at in the display case and do an eye over, depending on what we get a hold of before then.
PAX Unplugged is our other big one. So no PAX West this year, but we will be back in Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged.
We got Unplugged. We're going to be at Board Game Geek Con as well this year, right. I believe. So we'll be there in November in Dallas, and we'll be at PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia in December. I think is when Unplugged is this year again. It's either end of November or early December, and then early August is Gen Con. So those are our big shows that we're going to be at with a booth and everything like that. And then here and there we're going to send people to different shows. I think Steve and Irene are going to Dragon Con, and a few other shows are going to happen.
Imaginarium. A handful of us, Steve, Irene, I think myself, will be at Gamehole Con up in the Great North. And I know our marketing director, Katie, is going to be appearing in, I think it's called Con in the Castle in Ohio. So, and I know she'll be running some little fun light RPG games there too. So we're trying to get out a little bit more where we can, and go out and see more people.
A few other things. Is there an option to add Cthulhu expansions to the pledge? A lot of our other sets that John didn't necessarily illustrate or weren't the core Munchkin sets are going to be added into the add-on store after we open up the pledge manager. We were trying to limiting it during the campaign to just ones John worked on that went with the core set and stuff. Is Shadowrun standalone? Yes, Shadowrun will be a standalone deluxe set. Have we thought about making a more in-depth version that goes past level 10? Funny you should say that.
We did.
4 years we had a variant called Epic Munchkin that was a set of downloadable rules that had Munchkin go to level 20. And then every time we came out with a set, every time we came out with a new set, we would add in epic rules for when that set, how to use that one if you're playing a game to go to level 20. That became a thing because we were putting so much out that became kind of untenable to keep up with all the new sets we're putting out and the new rules and the promo cards and the rules for promo items and making sure everything also went up to level 20 and this. So about, I think, 2019, we went ahead and kind of ended our support for Epic Munchkin. You can still find the download for it, but anything produced after 2019 is not going to have epic rules for it, and we don't plan to start making any more epic rules for things. But you can go look up Epic Munchkin and find that PDF on our site and grab it and work with the older stuff at least and adapt it yourself if you want to look at stuff and eyeball what you think the rules should be for 24.
It also makes the game longer.
It does make the game longer as well. Because obviously you're playing until level 20 instead of playing 2 in game.
Velvet Knight says all games of Munchkin are epic.
This is true.
True.
Very true.
More Munchkin booty. I still have to laugh at that one because I came up with that name in a meeting. We were talking about the talking about the Pirate Munchkin. And we were talking about the Pirate Munchkin and the Pirate Munchkin. And they're like, we need a name for the Pirate Munchkin. And I chuckled and they said, what? And I said, okay, but I'm 12. And said Munchkin Booty. And they all laughed and said, we're 12 too. And that name stuck.
Perfect.
Thank you for your contribution, Jimmy. Excuse me.
I at least got it onto the list, and then they eventually went with that one. Let's see. Can't really walk with your toes crossed. We'll try harder.
Aww.
That's a big pledge question. I'll leave that one to Daryl to grab. Cost TBT. Daryl answered that one if he hasn't already. Dragonflight. I don't think anyone's going to Dragonflight. What color colossal die will come with the big box for those that got them? You will either get the blue die, which is sort of a pearlescent blue, a black die, which is pearlescent black, or the green die, which is pearlescent green. It's going to be random on which color you get. You can look them up on our online store on WildHouse 23, but it's going to be random which one of these you end up with. Let's see if I can get it close so you can see the kind of pearling effect on it there. But yeah, get that nice kind of marbly pearlescent effect in them. You'll get one of those three. The first one we made was red, but those sold out a long time ago. These, we're just going to grab one off the shelf. It does come with a set of cards that go with it, so that'll be in the box as well. That have some special effects go with the big honkin' colossal die. Played up a Munchkin. It's fun, but a bit lengthy. Yeah, it's definitely a bit lengthy. All right, kind of scrolling through here.
Yeah, we're coming up to the end, so
we are. Apologies to this asked already, but we posted a list of tiny improvements to various existing. So Steve said that we were done with stretch goals, but further stuff might make tiny improvements to existing components. I don't know what those are. Daryl and Meredith might, or that may be once we close it out, we might see, hey, where do we have room? We talk to our manufacturers, say, hey, where do we have room to tweak? Can we get a nicer card stock, or can we get these dice in this other material, or can we get additional shapes on the pawns, or that sort of thing? Like
it's things like that. Yeah, like we're talking about dice. I'm seeing some dice convos happen. How much more spot gloss do we want to add to the top of the cover? Things.
Right. It'd be things like a lot of stuff that we'll be talking with our manufacturer about of like, okay, if we do this, can we get a little more space in the box, or can we cram one more thing in there, or can we make these look a little better instead of a flat color? Can we do a sparkle in them, or all those sorts of considerations, and within the budget that we've already got, which is obviously expanded. So we may look for here and there places where we can like, oh, that'd be cool, and that one's not going to run us too much. We can sneak that change in. We can sneak that change in. So yeah, we are Nightbot. The bot did say, we are here so you guys know, if you're back or kid, we do this every Thursday here on Twitch about 2 to 3 p.m. Roughly in that time range. Twitch.tv/SJGames. You can give us a follow there. You can join our Discord if you want to get notifications there. Cool, right as Brandon typed it in. We make announcements there when we're going to be doing streams and stuff. But we do something here every week, either about a project, an upcoming game. We'll play something we've got out. Last week we did some miniatures painting with Ben, one of our in-house excellent painters, talking about techniques and stuff while we're doing things for the Carnage stream. So definitely come back, hang out with us. We generally, if you can't catch us live, if you're busy usually during the day and you're just sneaking away from work right now to watch this, we put all those on our YouTube channel the next day. So you can go to YouTube/SteveJacksonGames and watch those over there if you missed us live. Jack the Tough Tough, hello, how's it going? Which of us is the best Munchkin player? Probably Steve. Will's pretty good. He's got a lot in his head. Randy can abuse stuff pretty well. But a lot of Munchkin is luck of the draw. And a lot of times when we do it here on stream, it's not necessarily what's the best play, but what's going to be the funniest thing to put on the stream. So it's like, well, it'd be better if I tried to win here, but would it be funnier if we piled on Randy one more time? Even though he's only level 2?
Strategy. Last time I played, it was like, how can I keep Randy from winning?
Yeah, a lot of times it's me. What if we just targeted Jimmy one more time because he was going to get level 5 while the rest were. Wouldn't it be funny if we did it just once more?
Yeah.
So a lot of times for things like the stream here, it'll be what's going to be the most entertaining. But I don't know. I wouldn't call any of us serious Munchkin players because it's a little hard to be serious when you're playing Munchkin.
Competitive Munchkin player. Meredith.
There are definitely competitive Munchkin players. Probably not you, though.
No. I can barely play competitive card games. So.
But yeah, so we got what we've talked. We got what we're coming out. What are we at as far as people? The backer train is still over 616 people on the backer train. Yep. I haven't seen that thing go below 9 minutes yet. We are 8,851 backers. Less than 56 minutes left until 4 o'clock. And we are at $1.27 million. So way over what our biggest dreams on this were. So thank you all so much for backing this project. We hope it's turned out fantastic. We hope you guys love it when it gets to your doors. We hope you're all super as excited, as happy with it as we are. Power level is just almost over 9,000. You're right, Dale. A few more and we could be over 9,000 on the backers.
A Dragon Ball reference?
Yes,
that is a Dragon Ball 100%.
Reference. Okay, I am going to have to head out soon because there's no rest for the CEO today. I got to go make other games happen, guys.
Oh.
I know. So I want to thank everyone, seriously, like hanging out with us, streaming with us, supporting us, loving Munchkin. You guys rock.
You guys do. We love you hanging out with us. We love even when the questions are answering for you, getting the information out there, showing off what we can when we can get it. I was going to see if I could find a copy of Fairy Dust around before we got on stream, but I didn't manage to locate one in time. With the old copy, but you guys will be getting a new special foil copy for your backers in this campaign. So there we go. There's our Warehouse 23 current sales. If you're looking for other stuff that wasn't with this campaign, what amount did everyone think the crowdfunding was going to bring? Ooh. I think once we crossed that $500,000 mark, which was even beyond what we thought we were going to, like we were scrambling for stretch goals at that point. And I think once we crossed that, I think people, I think definitely once we crossed that number, people stopped trying to guess. We were just hanging on, trying to keep up and come up with more stretch goals and things we could do, because you guys were just, every time we announced something, blowing right past it. So thank you so much for that.
I'm going to leave everyone in your care. Thank you, Jimmy and Brandon, and thank you everyone for letting me be on the stream.
All right,
thanks. Meredith. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks for joining us.
And we're going to wrap up ourselves here in just a second. A couple last questions. Is there still a MIB program? We have changed that program up. It is now a group within the I call the Envoy program. I'm not finding the link right off the top of my head, but yeah, we have basically in the last year we've transitioned over to a group called Envoy that was doing the similar sort of thing for several companies, and we talked with them and have basically rolled our division of MIBs into a basically subgroup inside their program to do MIB volunteering stuff. So they've got a lot of experience, a lot of convention contacts and stuff like that. So we had been kind of overwhelmed with the number of MIBs and stuff, especially since we had a couple people transition out. So we went ahead and rolled it into that as a kind of sub-program inside the Envoy program. Anything we can tease that's in the Pledge Manager, that's all a Daryl question. He's probably going to be going through making bargains with the warehouse staff on how much stuff he can pull off the shelf to put in the Pledge Manager and reserve. So you may have to see, there may be like some side like parking lot duels to figure that stuff out. Want to thank everybody for joining us here. Let me see if you know what, I think what we're going to do for the end of the stream here, Daryl does have a few things. 25mm dice will be there. The playmat set of 5 will be there. Some copies of Munchkin Big Box extras, but not everything. And he's got a few secrets that he's not going to tell. So we mentioned the Carnage Kickstarter that we talked about. So part of what we're doing with that one, since it is a miniatures-based thing, is we're partnering with a few people who do miniatures painting, especially who do it on stream and stuff. one of those people is live doing some other things right now. Her name's Jamie Daggers. And right now she's playing some Pokemon on stream. But we're going to go ahead and send anybody that wants to over to her stream. So say hi from SJGames when you get there and let her know that we've rated in and you all are big Munchkin fans. We're going to keep watching that Munchkin Big Box page and watching that the backer train go and watch for we're real close to getting over 9,000 backers, 51 minutes left. So we'll maybe see if we can get Daryl to record an over 9,000 audio clip if we get there. No promises, but I'll harass him about it. I'll promise that part. But yeah, thank you all for joining us here today. We'll be back next week on SJGames Live. And let's go ahead. We're going to go to our ending screen here with a little bit of music, and I'm going to send you guys over daggers after this. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much for backing everything and making this project a huge success. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye. Thanks.